Hello again. So yeah, this will be the last video. I want to make sure that I get across a point here that all because somebody has spiritual experiences does not mean that what they say is true. I'm convinced these spiritual experiences occur in every society with people who believe anything. I've believed mutually exclusive things and had similar or the same experiences. So it's not me saying, oh, you got to believe and trust what I say because of my biography. My biography's got nothing to do with what I say when I'm talking about free will or talking about philosophy or politics or anything like that. Christianity. Most modern Christians do not worship God. They worship themselves and their capacity to continue making the same choice again and again and again. You know, always be sure of your salvation, keep short accounts with God. You know, it's all, you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to do this and you got to do that. It's not Jesus-centered, it's not God-centered. It's self-centered, it's selfish, it's self-focused. And they blind themselves to actually the glorious message that is in the Bible. Which can be spoken using atheistic terms, using Buddhist terms, using Hindu terms, using Muslim terms. All these religions are just different languages, and just as I can say the glass is on the table in French, I can say it in English or Russian, and that's exactly what these religions are. That's why they focus so much on the name of something, because you get certain sects or groups of Christians who go, oh, it's very important that you call God Yahweh or Jehovah or Yehoshua or whatever. And but a name is just a pointer, it's just a tag on a drawer, it's what's in the drawer, you know, it's what it points to that matters. And but it makes them miss out on evident things. It's like there's verses in the Bible that go, where the spirit of the God is, of the Lord is, there is freedom. And as I'm hoping to show in these blogs, vlogs, is that reality is God, you know, and where the spirit of God is, or the Lord is, there is freedom. You look at reality, it's free. It lets you murder, it lets you steal, it lets you love, it lets you have sex, it lets you rape, it lets you mow the lawn, it lets you help the old lady across the street. It doesn't stop you from doing anything apart from flying unassisted, and even a lot of the things that it does stop you from doing, it's got like loopholes that you can find to go around. So like say, it won't let you, with gravity, won't let you fly unassisted, but there's a loophole, you know, because of how vacuums work and aerofoils. You know, if you have air going faster across the top of a ring than across the bottom, creates a kind of vacuum and sucks you up. It's a loophole. So you look into it, reality is incredibly permissive, and what does freedom mean if not the ability to do what you want? You know, there is a kind of deeper kind of freedom as well, when you realise that what you want isn't under your own control as well, and how brainwashable we are, how, you know, like 7 out of every £10 or $10 is spent on advertising, which is basically propaganda, on trying to get us to want stuff we wouldn't want anyway. But still, that's what freedom is. And then when you ask a Christian, you go, so what does it mean by freedom there then? You know, where the spirit of God is, there is freedom. What does that mean? And they're like, they can't say you can do what you want, even though the Bible does say you can do what you want. In Corinthians, it says, Paul says, I can do what he does say explicitly, I can do what I want pretty much. All things are lawful to me, but not all things are expedient, basically practical. He says that. And that's one of the strongest kind of interpretations of what the gospel means, to be liberated from the law, which is just this thing trying to prohibit certain actions. And they just can't acknowledge it. And so you ask a Christian, or you ask a lot of them, what does freedom mean? And they go, knowing who you are in Christ. And it's like, well, what the fuck does that mean? You know, well, what it actually means is, it says it somewhere else in the Bible, and this is eternal life, to know God the Father and Him whom He sent, Jesus Christ. So realise your identity with God. That's what freedom is, and God does what the fuck He wants. And we always end up doing what we want, you know. There's like society's made up out of loads of individuals all doing what they want, and them each doing what they want, kind of, it causes inhibitions in each other. They kind of, we kind of act against each other, and that's where kind of lack of freedom comes from. But that's what that means. Salvation is to know the Father and Him whom He sent. Jesus said it, ye are small gods. That's why they crucified Jesus. You don't, like, the way Christians speak about it, you would be forgiven. You could be forgiven for thinking that Jesus was crucified for being a good boy, but you don't crucify people for being a good boy. He's crucified for saying, look, you're God, I'm God, we're all God. The priestly order is useless, really. He's putting him out of a job. That's why they crucified him, because he's given such a radical message. Anyway, goodbye for now. Might see you tomorrow. I probably will. Plan on going to the forest. Adios.